want to stick with it, you know, like with this way.
What in your mind is this way?
There is no right to think about it. I just want to be able to I don't want to be thinking about what's going on here. I just want to. It's more about getting this timing right. That's what's been letting me down, because when I come away from the lesson, I was getting better and better and better, and then all of a sudden it just started getting watered down. I think it's I watch a lot of YouTube, and then you start slipping on to watching a few other people.
Yeah.
And then you
lots of information coming your way.
And then before you know it, you know, you sort of like doing things that you weren't doing, like, you know, like standing differently and just being a bit more rigid, you know, and I think it's just like, that's why I just sort of had to get in touch.
Look, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Look, I'd advocate watch as much golf instruction as is out there, which will take you about 15 lifetimes to get
bloody
through.
hell, mate.
But with the sort of health warning with that is you've got to be able to filter it and question it and think, well, what relevance does that have to me? We've got to find out what's right for you, your particular characteristics, where maybe you're lacking in movement or timing sequences, which is what it sounds like from your own sort of diagnosis, because of course we haven't had a look yet, and resetting to that and finding some ways that can reset you to that, because you've been here before, so you know the deal. You know, we've got equipment to challenge and develop movement with, but you're not going to have that on the 9th tee box.
No, of course not.
Unfortunately, as useful as it may be, you're not going to have these things on the 9th tee box.
No, that's right.
So it's about, doing all of this, but then developing ways in which we can take the principle of this sort of equipment and these aids, if you want to call them that, and taking that into something that we can do out on the 9th tee box if we feel we do need to reset. And so that's part of what we'll do today. We'll explore and challenge your movement and see what's going on. And it might not be a movement thing, it might be a psychological thing. We don't know. Most often, it's both.
Of course,
What we need to do for you is deep dive into this sequence, how you start it and how you recognise
This is it, starting it and
recognise the different phases of it. So if you just stand on there. In fact, actually, we'll bring it back. I don't want to put it in the arena of where we're playing golf shots. Just subconsciously, that'll be in the mind. Just little swings going. So just tiny swings, just using the wrist. So you just sort of throwing the weight of that club head around. That's it. And you're just rocking the board, just naturally, that's it. And then when I say go, what you're going to do is swing it at a speed that would throw that club to the 100-yard marker, and then you're going to hold your finish once that action is complete. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Go. Brilliant. And again, so now if that threw it to the 100 yards, I want you to throw it to the 150 yards. Hold it there, don't move. Just relax the arm, there you go. See how much tension came out of the arms then? So what we want to be able to do is recognise this and the weight of it. So you stood on the left side of the board, nice and upright, and just letting it sit there. That's it. But as with where you went to just then, you sort of held it with tension there. It was a lovely free-flowing swinging action, but then you just held it under tension and you finish. And then when I said just relax the arms, all this happened.
Not finishing the follow through.
But your body, with this golf club in its hand, just recognises that as its finish, which is fine. Look, Tommy Fleetwood kind of finishes like that, doesn't he? But unfortunately, we haven't got all the bit that goes before
that's right.
Tommy Fleetwood. And if we want to really work on a later release of this golf club, because we definitely do for you, because it's just happening too early, and you're dumping speed too early, so you're losing a bit of speed, but you're also bringing the low point back, and then that's where the sort of fats and the thins come from.
Right, I see.
So if we are going to release this golf club, and you've been releasing it early, and therefore you can stop here, or it's easier to stop there, because it's decelerating earlier in the sequence, so it can stop here. If we want it to accelerate later, it's probably going to have more distance to travel this side. Probably. We don't know. But probably. So I just want you to go again, just using the sort of wrists and everything. That's it. And then we're going to throw it I'll pretend we're throwing it to the 150 yard marker shortly, like now. Yes, brilliant finish. Hold it, don't move at all. Notice how we're actually quite straight with this leg. You could straighten it a bit more, couldn't you? As in knee back, there you go. But not a whole lot. It was relatively extended, right? And because we had our attention on the arms and throwing a club, you didn't really think about your lead leg, presumably.
No, not at all.
But it's done something quite different in your throwing action than it does in your golf swing. It stays in a lot of flexion in your golf swing.
Right.
So you kind of just twist around and never really extend with it.
Yep, gotcha, yeah.
I don't want you to try and do that necessarily, but we're just interested in the response the body gave us when we asked a sort of different task, where we just said, pretend like we're throwing this club. It actually gave us quite a different response, even though we were making the action of a golf swing. This time, I want you to start from an imaginary ball.
Right.
Yeah, so the club head can't go forward because the ball would be there. Yeah. Yeah, and don't look to me for affirmation or confirmation.
No, yeah.
As in, you can do, I'm not saying you're not
This has
out.
always been the problem, getting to that
Yeah.
quick enough.
Cool.
If you love the coaching and want to experience the effects of the training that you see with our pupils, you can purchase the GRFI system yourself by following the link in the video description. You'll get all the equipment and a 2-hour download covering all the fundamentals, exploring your movement and how you can use the ground and create those all-important ground reaction forces and transfer them through to clubhead speed and experience the gains that you're seeing in the videos.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, look at that.
It's about taking that away.
Yeah, it's using the board first to get that going. That's a big one for you, I think. We're going to... Yeah, because it allows you to get back onto your lead side of the board, and we're going to deep dive into this in a bit. There you go.
Yeah.
And look at how far that's gone. That was like 130.
That was effortless.
And look, you overly rotated the face a little bit. So let's go for some less face rotation on this one. Very good. Nice. Right, take the board away and have a few without the board, but you can just imagine that you were stood on it. Look at that. Perfect. What a golf shot. Okay, let's give ourselves a defined green now. Let's even make it a challenge, a small one. 100-yard side to that net on the left. So the 100-yard side to that net it's only about 10 yards, 8-9 yards wide, which is a very, very small green. And there you go.
Yeah, Win got it, but yeah.
Wind got it, but you're still on the green. There you go, 100-yard marker. And now that wind, because it is very heavy out there, just start it a bit further left. That's it. Oh, look at that.
Much better,
Perfect.
yeah. Much better.
Like you did then, just hold your finish all the way till the ball stops moving. Hold it, hold the finish, hold the finish, hold the finish. Nice. Perfect. Yep, one more and hold the finish as well. So you've just hit 4 greens in a row. In our very small green, actually. Hold it, don't move, don't move, don't move. Perfect, don't move, don't move, don't move. You just hit 5 greens in a row. We're absolutely on our left side, aren't we? And I like you've just been relaxing the arms towards the end as well, taking the tension out. You've hit the 5 greens, but they've all had pretty much the same flight, as in trajectory. They were all nice strikes, I presume they felt nice off the face.
Yeah, lovely, yeah.
And they would have all had very similar spin rates.
Yeah.
i.e. they're going to react the same way on the green. I mean, you talk about consistency, you've just shown it to us.
Yeah.